on my trunks too. I got I got my boy SLF Savage on the gram. He a rapper. I'm gonna have a Savage on my trunks too, most likely. Most likely, if not this one, the next one. I'm definitely gonna support them. I gotta support everybody who support me. So definitely gonna be in there. I'm gonna have everything flooded in there. Everybody in there hype. That's what it is.
We're gonna be in touch because if I can break something out, man, we'd love to get with you and promote you and everything. You know, we're right now we're rocking with we got TG, we got I know you're not gonna like it, man, but I love Denzel Whitley. He was awesome last week, but I'd love to see you guys fight. That don't mean I can't watch you guys fight.
Yeah, of course. He's a boxer too. I respect anybody who put their gloves on, man. It is what it is for me.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah,
AJ,
I could support whatever name I will call out. I can't support Omar's my dude. I can't support that fight.
You know he gotta be cool. If I'm cool with him out of boxing, like he's cool.
Oh yeah, Omar is cool as shit. Actually, matter of fact, there's like off the top of my head, out of everyone I've ever dealt with when it comes to like teams and managers, and fighters. Some fighters are like prima donnas. They just ask for so much and shit, you know. But Omar and his manager, AJ, easily top guys in the sport. AJ's just a solid, genuine dude. Omar's cool as shit too. He never asks for like anything. Like, you know, I've got guys that like they think they're on Showtime. Like they think they're on Showtime, and then on top of that, like they'll ask me for certain things, and then it's like then they also want an easy win at that. Like they're not getting a competitive fight. They're like, give me a bum, but then give me this and give me that and give me this and give me that. And it's like, whoa. Some guys really just are lost when it comes to the business side of boxing. Like they don't get it. Like you want that? Okay, then you get in a 50-50 fight.
Right.
You know, that's just what it's getting. You might even get a 60-40, like 60-40 for the opponent type thing. Like some, you know, it's like, hey, if you want that, go fight for one of these other companies. Then
call them out, AJ. Which company? Call them out.
We're not gonna do that. We know though. We know. We know what all of us know. It's no secret. You know, there's companies that don't build fighters. That, you know, from the get. Like I've had guys that like when it's their first time fighting for me, I'll send them a list of guys, and they'll be like, "What's this?" I'm like, "Well, pick who you want to fight." And they're like, "What? You're letting me pick my opponent?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, I just sent you a list of guys. Do you want any of them?" They're like, "Yo, we don't get this at like we're told like this is who you're gonna fight, or you're not fighting at all."
You gotta take it, and if it's like that, you gotta take it.
I'm like, damn.
I know exactly. Who you're talking about too, but we're not gonna say that.
Yeah. So that, you know, you've probably gotten similar offers from them.
Oh yeah.
And the crazy part about it too is like, so like I actually had one fighter tell me, mind you, I think the fighter was like 6-0 at the time. The other fighter was probably like 5 or 6-0 at the time. He was like, so when they fought each other, then he told me they got offered like a rematch. And it was like a 6-round rematch. Mind you, one's still undefeated, one's not anymore because they had lost to the kid. Competitive fight though. And it was something like $1,200 for like a 6-round fight. Rematch at that. Both undefeated guys. I'm like, wait, what?
That's horrible. What? Yeah, it's horrible.
I'm like, what? Well, first of all,
I know what you're talking about too. It was a good fight. It was very good. It was straight.
Like, that fight don't even. First of all, that fight doesn't make sense when they're both. Even though I get it and I respect it, because I come from both sides. I come from growing up, you know, watching my dad fight the old school way where the best had to fight the best. If you wanted the shot at the champ, the titles, you know, back in the day when I was growing up watching fights, it was very common to see unified fights where like a champ fought a champ. That was very common. We went through like a 10, 12, 13 year period where that was not happening.
Mm-hmm.
where guys were picking and choosing and stuff like that. And now that I'm on the business side of things too, I can see both parts. You know, I can respect both parts. So I have nothing bad when a guy was like, you know what, I want that fight. I respect it. You want to prove that you're great. But at the same time, on another level, sometimes I gotta tone guys down. I'm like, bro, you're only 4-0. You're only 6-0. Like, that fight doesn't even make sense right now. We could wait 5, 6, 7 more fights, and that fight can turn from a $1,200 fight to a $12,000 fight.
Exactly.
Or a $24,000 fight. You know, that actually happened to my dad when he was early in his pro career. He got offered a certain fight. I think it might have been like a $3,000 fight or whatever. They had said no at the time, but then when the fight came up again later on in my dad's career, that fight ended up being like a $24,000 fight. You know, so sometimes it's not about you proving, I'm macho man, I'm this and that. Sometimes it's just being like Floyd. You know, if Floyd, and I hated Floyd for doing this. He waited 7.5 years to fight Pacquiao. But I think back on it, on the business side of things, if he would have fought Pacquiao 7.5 years before, that fight might have only been a $20 million, $30 million fight for him. Him waiting 7.5 years, he made $300 million.
And he got the outcome that he wanted anyway.
He got the outcome he wanted because Pacquiao's now 7.5 years older, but the money grew triple, quadruple, you know? So sometimes it's like, yo, I be telling guys, I'm like, you know, what's the point? What's the point? You know, there's no, especially nowadays, the way that not even just boxing, I feel like even like hip hop music, it ain't even about skill level. It's just about clout.
That's it.
It's about your followers, your popularity. Because like I've actually had people have this argument with me that like, and I just look at them like, you might be, I can't even have, I'm losing brain cells talking to you. You just told me Tekashi 69 is better than Jay-Z. Like I've had those words come out of people's mouths, and I'm like, I just lost brain cells. Brain cells. You just said Tekashi 69 is better than Jay-Z. Obviously, this was all before the snitching thing, but you know, it's a popularity thing.
He still got
it's a clout thing, and I'm like, yo, it's like that with all sports now. With just entertainment, period.
Yeah, entertainment. Look at late Jake Paul, Logan Paul. They're making more money than they never even went amateur. They haven't done nothing for boxing. Look at them.
Making more money than some world champions.
Exactly.
And not even taking the risk of fighting real fighters. He fought Nate Robinson once. He fought Ben Askren, who's not even he wasn't even a striker in the MMA world. He was a grappler. And then he fought Tyron Woodley twice, you know? So Logan got lucky and he lucked out with Floyd. Floyd make everyone rich.
Yep.
But Logan's actually not even good. He lost to the other YouTube kid. Logan's pro record is like 0-1.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's crazy. I mean, look at them, the Island Boys. You know?
Clowns.
Bro, this generation, what they glorify, man, it's not even like real talent, true skill. Like,
if you can somehow pull that Andu up, man, if you can keep that going and somehow get the Island Boy look just for one episode, I don't know. I mean, we're gonna have to find it. We're gonna get the crowd to fund us, but we'll get you something, man. You're already there. You're already there with that, man.
Nah. I'm getting it braided. I'm getting it braided on Friday.
Love it.
Yeah, I had the braids. I had the braids last week. I was like, you know what? I like to come here on the podcast, braid it up, but there's sometimes where I can't get my appointment in. I get too busy. I'm like, all right, we're going Don King today.
I had to get a cut today just for the podcast. Some of y'all gotta look good with this shit.
There you go.
So if there's obviously aside from your hometown of Connecticut, if there's a favorite place, because you've been all over the place in the amateurs, if there's a favorite place for you to fight, where would you say that is?
I like Mass. Mass is my go-to spot. It's not too far, and shit, the crowd over there is good. They take boxing real serious in Mass, like especially when I went to Lowell for regionals and it's flooded. They love boxing up in Mass. Crazy.
Golden Gloves in Lowell sold out already. You can't even get a ticket.
Crazy. That's the good thing. Massachusetts always love boxing. They support boxing too. So that's my second home over there for sure.
So your fan base obviously all comes from Connecticut and stuff like that. You think you would say Massachusetts is that's your second home? That's where your other fan base is at?
Oh yeah, I love the fan base. Love the fan base over there. Like I said, they support boxing. They like the hype. They like everything about it. You feel me? I love Massachusetts, and I love Massachusetts. Like I said, I fought there in the amateurs too many times. Like I was always there anyway. So like I said, I'm used to it.
I thought besides Mass, I thought Rhode Island was pretty live. I fought
Rhode
there
Island,
once.
they support boxing, so I didn't go out there too much. I went over there a couple times.
I only got to fight there once. It was actually at Manfredo's gym.
Yep.
But
so
it was for it to be a gym venue, like that's not even big, but it was live.
It was good. I met Demetrius here up in Rhode Island one time at some amateur fight.
Yeah, Boo Boo, man. That dude needs to get. We need to find a way to get him what he's due, because that's real skill. That's real skill right there. While everyone's over here worshiping a cheater like Canelo, you got a dude that's really getting it out the mud. Went to the Olympics. Like really, anyone that's been put in front of him, he's beating, and he's beating. He's he's going up in weight and doing it there too. So it's like, why not? Why is he not deserving of Charlo, Benavidez, Canelo? Like, why not?
The clout. He don't got enough clout.
You feel me? That's why too. I think like some people are gonna love it, some people are gonna hate it. But Anuel's mouth, his attitude, and regardless, is gonna get him paid, because you either are gonna pay because you love him, or you're gonna pay because you hate him and want to see him lose.
Correct.
That's the Floyd Mayweather aspect. A lot of people really will pay just to see, oh, this is going to be the fight that he loses. Oh, no, we'll keep waiting because he didn't lose this one. So now you got to pay for the next one.
Yep. Just like Broner.
Broner did the same thing. And realistically, Broner was nasty at 130. But once he started blowing up and going up really, because he didn't take his time going up in weight. It was like really fast. Like, he started his rap career and then, but I mean, it worked, because I mean, the dude could still come out of retirement and get a $1 million fight.
He made a lot of money already too. Like I said, he did it good.
That'd be a good fight for you.
Broner? I'll smoke Broner, man. I'll smoke Broner.
That'd be a good fight. I mean, not right now at 3-0, but like, when you're like 10-0, 12, that'd be like a perfect guy. Like I be telling, I think Popeye, I think Badu, Jack, and guys like that are perfect for him right now. Like, get a veteran that was a world champion at one point that's on his way out, get him before he gets out. That right there puts guys in like phenomenal positions.
I like Richard. He's cool people. Every time I see
that's another one.
Conversations with him, I like him. I like
Richard. Every conversation I've had with Richie, man, is all love with everyone. Like, I've never heard him talk down on anyone. I've never heard him, like, he's the most humble, cool, and realistically, like, he's really a hidden gem. Because I really don't know how. Not only is he good, not only is he outspoken, not only is he fan friendly, but the dude sells a shitload of tickets.
Yeah,
shitload of tickets.
Is it good people?
I don't know how no other promoter has like tried to, build them up.
Like Richard, I keep mutual respect. Richard, I can talk to him. Convos, all that. He's cool. I fuck with him heavy, but obviously, down the line he might fight Elvis or Charles, that they both up there at the same time. So most likely
I don't think Elvis, because Elvis is 68.
Yeah, I mean, Charles, you been
Charles, that could be one eventually.
They got
I think right now, because Charles is already at that, like, he's like, so Richie's, trying to get to where Charles is at right now. I think Charles got to take advantage of those guys like Badu, Jack, and he should be naming all those motherfuckers before they're on their way out. Because I mean, thing about it is in this boxing game, like, you're only getting older, you know? So
Yep.
sometimes you just gotta, fuck it, let me just get it while I can, because the worst thing that could happen is you finally getting that opportunity and then you're not even the best version of yourself because it happens so late.
Correct. If you're going to take a big opportunity, make sure it's a good paycheck. It's a 50-50 fight. At the end of the day, take an L or a W, no matter what it is, you still winning either way because the paycheck's going to help the family, yourself. That's what you've been working.
Either I said go this route. Either take a competitive fight, get a 50-50 paycheck, or get a veteran. You're not going to get paid a lot, but you know you're going to beat that veteran. He's on his way out, and you're beating him for his name. So it would almost be like who's at your weight that I could really think of, like, the older Gary Russell.
Yeah.
It would be like you like fighting him right now, because obviously he lost his last fight. He's on his way out as well. You just be beating him for his name. And then that sets you up for the next fight after that. That's when the check comes in, you know? That's like this dude that Berlanga's about to fight, Steve Rose. He got paid against Triple G.
Mm-hmm. He's not bad, not that good either. And I know his check got to be big after that.
And there's some guys that I feel bad for, like, you're good enough to win a world championship, but it just so happens that you're in an era where your weight class is just dummy packed, dummy strong.
Yep.
Like,
exactly.
That's unfortunate. I've seen that happen a few times. Like, I'm going to give you an example. Danny Garcia, he was a world champion at 140. He would have been a champion at 147, but unfortunately for him, he just happens to be there with Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, who are once-in-a-generation fighters. They're, you know, so, but if they were not at that weight class, Danny Garcia would be a world champion at 147.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he just, unfortunately for him, he's just coming up in a time where there's top dogs there. That's why I think all them 135 guys that are fighting each other, if they were smart, one of them would just go to 140 before all the other ones do, clear out that division. So whoever moves up has to go through you.
You're correct.
Like if I'm, for example, if I'm Teofimo, after the Vasyl Lomachenko fight where he won it, I wouldn't even have taken another 135 fight. Because look at, now you lost to George Kambosos and gave him a name. Nobody knew who George Kambosos was. Right. What I would have did was I would have went to 140, either for Pro Grace or Josh Taylor, because those are the only two champions at 40. You win that, and you make everyone who then goes from 35 to 40 have to now go through you again.
Yep.
You know? Like Andre Ward, and this is not to take anything away from him, because Andre Ward is nasty, but when he was at 168 and 168 was flooded with a bunch of fighters, he went to 175. And all he had to do was get through Chad Dawson. Yep. Chad Dawson was the only champion there. He was unified. Once he went to 175 and beat Chad Dawson, now all those 168 guys who eventually move up had no choice but to go through him. So he just wiped out everyone. And then that's how he ended up with the Kovalev fights, the two Kovalev fights, which got him paid. Those were his two highest paydays, were the Kovalev fights.
Yep.
You know, so guys gotta be smart. Why sit there and when we're all young, hungry lions, sit there and beat up each other when there's one weight class that got nobody that I know I could beat those guys? I'm gonna just go there.
Yeah, smart way.
Because now also all these guys ain't even active because they're all sitting there worried about fighting each other. Like Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia, when's the last time? Ryan Garcia hasn't fought in over a year too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're all waiting for each other. Oh, I want to fight Teofimo, right? No, first it's, I want to fight Vasyl. Vasyl loses to Teofimo. Oh, I want to fight Teofimo. Teofimo loses to Kambosos. Oh, now I want to fight Kambosos. While all you guys are waiting for that one guy, you're not getting fights now.
Right.
That's what hurt Amir Khan. Amir Khan was chasing after Floyd. He's like, I don't want to take no fights because I don't want to risk losing because then I won't get the Floyd fight. Well, guess what? You never got the Floyd fight. So you spent mad years not getting any fights.
Mm-hmm. Khan was nasty. Back in the day, he was nasty.
He was nasty. Honestly, I think with his style, and like styles make fights, not records. And a lot of boxing heads are gonna think I'm crazy. Actually, I think if you're not a boxing head, you'll think I'm crazy. But if you're a boxing head, you probably can see what I'm trying to say. But I think Khan's style would have been difficult for Floyd.
I think so too. Khan will be difficult for anybody at his prime. He was good. His chin was a little iffy, but
here's the thing: how's his chin gonna be iffy against a fighter that don't even punch hard?
his volume
He's
of
taller. He's taller than Floyd, and he's just as fast as Floyd, and he throws more than Floyd. So I actually think he would have been a very difficult opponent for Floyd. And he's very good with his distance. Well, was good with his distance. He was very good with the in and out, boom, 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 boom. You know, but that in and out sometimes got him caught though, because he was beating the shit out of Danny Garcia the first 3 rounds, and then Danny Garcia caught him coming in, left hook, boom, that was it.
His chin too high. He always had his chin high. He never corrected that mistake. But hey, boxing,
that's that amateur success that you try to bring it to the pros.
Mm-hmm.
And the amateurs, when you're pity patting and throwing a lot of punches, you can get away with that chin up. No, you gotta have that chin down. That's one thing I actually really like about Oscar. Oscar, like his style, he's very tucked in, chin down. He fights like he's nice and tight in there. I think that's a good style in the pros.
Yeah.
In the amateurs, it doesn't work, but you know, I would like that's another one that actually I already told him he's fighting for a title. Oscar gonna fight for a title in the April show.
He's gonna put that work in. He's gonna do good.
The win the title. I'm happy for him, man. Shoot, maybe the reason why nobody won it at 140 was because nobody was destined for it besides him.
Yep.
Because we're going on. I'm going on 1, 2, 3 or 4 fights that people fought for that title and nobody won it. The first one, Anthony Everett and Sidney Macau ended in a headbutt, so nobody won it. Then Wilfredo and Carlos got to draw the first fight, so nobody won it. Then Wilfredo and Carlos got to draw the second fight, so nobody won. So that's 3 times that belt came home with me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think that would have been an entertaining fight, you and Carlos.
Yeah. That's what I've been thinking this whole time, man. I would like to see that again. But you say you beat him 5 times in the amateurs? I don't know.
Yes. Carlos is good. I like Carlos. Carlos is a good fighter, man. He fought a lot of good people as a pro. That's why his record is a little iffy. But he's pretty good. It would have been good. It would have been good to entertain the fight. I would have won, but it was good to entertain the fight.
You ever get to fight his brother Lefty?
No, I was waiting for that. Yo, every time we went to the gloves, he will be a weight under me. And that time he did go 32, I went pro. So we never met up with that. I was cool with Lefty too. Lefty, I'm cool with him too. He's cool people and stuff.
What about did you ever this might be a little bit before your time, or you might have been too young. Did you ever get to fight with Toka? Because Toka was 32.
No, that was before me. I sparred Toka a lot of times. Toka is a very good fighter. That's another guy I'm cool with. He's a good fighter.
Toka was nasty in the amateurs. That boy was nasty. He's a good pro now too.
Yeah.
But in amateurs, he was a scary dude.
Yep. He was real good too. You know who's a top guy too locally? Good? Cordell Booker.
Oh, so my first time actually was crazy is I never had heard of him. My first time hearing about him was through Shaka Moore.
Okay. Oh, that's
Shaka Moore brought him up to me, and I looked him up on BoxRec. I see I think he's like 16-0, 17, or he might even have more fights than that. But I heard he was really good. Never seen him fight though.
No, he's good. He's good. He comes to spar Elvis all the time to give good work. You know, for me, he's good.
Elvis is nasty too, man.
Elvis super nasty.
What's crazy is I'm shocked at how good he was in the amateurs because he doesn't have an amateur style.
Yeah.
That's why I'm shocked. Not that he's not a good fighter or wasn't good. It's just his style is not your average or typical amateur style.
Mm-hmm.
He's always fought like a pro, even in the amateurs.
Yep.
So it's crazy to me to see how much success he had in the amateurs. And what's crazy too is the first time I ever saw Elvis fight, he must have hit a late growth spurt because the first time I ever saw Elvis fight, he fought Mike Briggs at like 141.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time I ever saw Elvis fight. 141 against Mike Briggs. That was here in Worcester.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he's like 178.
Yep.
I'm like, what the? What? This kid hit a late growth spurt or something? Like,
must have been. He was. Yeah. He grew. He tall. He tall. He not the tallest, but you know he
tall,
got big.
No, he's tall. He got really tall, but he also is thick. Like he's a thick. Yep. He's like he reminds me. He got that like Goto body.
Mm-hmm.
He got that like thick. Just he's a thick kid. You could tell he's dense. Did you ever get to spar with him?
No.
With Elvis?
Yeah, I was sparring him sometimes, but you know that boy too big. You know he gotta take a little light on me.
Yeah, well he's too big now. But what about in the amateurs?
Nah, I never sparred him. He was always way bigger than me. Remember when I was an amateur, I was fighting 14, 95. He was always way bigger than me. Dramatic. So, you know, we used to spar a lot together. Him and William used to spar all the time together growing up.
Okay.
It was the spar partner.
You and William or Elvis and William?
No, Elvis and William. They used to spar all the time together.
That's crazy because William's like 126, 130 now.
Yeah, but they used to spar. Remember, Chinito was still small. Elvis was still smaller, so it was still the same thing for me. So after he got big, sparring partner became Charles, and that's been Charles' sparring partner.
That's like, you know who's that like? That's like me and Kendrick. When Kendrick was 119, then he went 119, then he went 132, and then he went to 178 from 132. He grew like a foot.
That's
out
crazy.
Of nowhere. He's like 6'3" now, 178 as an amateur. I'm like, oh, I'm not sparring this kid no more. Yeah, and he likes to bang. I'm like, I'm all set.
Yeah,
this guy's big.
Yeah.
Also locally, because you guys got some crazy talent in Connecticut. Connecticut is Massachusetts, we support boxing, but Connecticut got a lot of hidden gems like that I feel like don't get appreciated enough. Like Matt Remillard. That's a nasty talent that Connecticut has. Obviously, Chad Dawson, John Scully, those are the older heads. Mike Kwan. Mike Kwan's a good fighter.
Mike Kwan's good, yeah.
Who else could I think of from Connecticut? Who else? Obviously, the Foster brothers. You can't forget about the Foster brothers.
Yep.
Who else? There's more than that. You got Popeye, you got Omar, but you guys are younger. I'm trying to think. Who else is there? I'm missing people.
Whoever was there, they're really not active right now. That's what happened. So
COVID fucked a lot of things up. Because Mike Kwan had just won a big belt too. And then COVID hit. And then, I don't know, DeBella hasn't really done shows for a while.
Mm-hmm.
For a while now. You know, Matt Remillard actually had his first fight back after that, the prison stint that he had with us. That was the day that Elvis turned pro.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
What about
you got Felix? Felix is in that camp.
Oh yeah, Felix is nasty.
Who's somebody from you guys' gym that's not pro yet that we should be looking out for?
Mark Solis. He's wearing the next one to be pro. He just won regionals in the gloves right now. I think he's been like his third year. He went to the Golden Gloves and he's won states and regionals like nothing. Fights 141. Very good. He's lefty. Real good. So he'll be coming. I think I don't know what Louis got going with him if he's gonna go pro or not, but he's really good. He's the next pro coming out at our gym. It's gonna be him.
Word. What do you think for your next fight? What do you think the fans should be expecting? What's the game plan?
Game plan, the same game plan every fight. I'm going there and break them down. That's what it is. This time I gotta get a stoppage because last one I got disappointed, messed up my 2 and 2 knockouts, but I'm gonna go get the stoppage on April 30th. I'm gonna knock him out. Like I said, like I always
That's
say.
the perfect way to get ring rust off, though, is somebody that's gonna make you go the rounds. So at least you know, like, hey, I went my first time ever going 4 rounds. I went with 4 rounds with someone 3 weight classes above me. So at least not only do I know I could go 4 rounds, but I can hang in there.
Yep.
You know, so that's good mentally to just keep that mental note that, like, because obviously you're gonna go on another knockout streak because you're gonna go back to 35, your proper weight. Yep. So we already know you're gonna go on another knockout streak, probably knock out your next 10 guys. But at least you know mentally, like, yo, I can go 4 rounds if I gotta go 4 rounds, you know? So then when it's time to step you up to 6, because I mean, what? You're 3-0 right now. You win in April, you're 4-0. You win one more fight, you 5-0. At 5-0, you could fight for a New England title.
Yeah, for sure. That's the plan, man. That's definitely the plan.
So for your 6th fight, your first 6 rounder on your first 6 fight, you know, that'd be dope.
That'd be lit. Like I said, I'm with
a strap. That's what I'm talking about. We gotta get my man a strap right here.
Automatic.
I can feel it.
That strap ain't coming on with the AJ. It's gonna be with me, and it's staying with me.
That's what I'm talking about. Love it.
I'm gonna hold your word to it. If a strap comes home with me because they got a draw or because a headbutt happened, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna hand this out to a fan. Whoever's fan of the night is gonna go home with a strap.
I'm not fan. Give me that, man.
That dude that was in the balcony gets it last time. Whoever was there, he should have got it that night, man. Not me. I'll tell you, that guy was. I'll let
him take. He'll be happy with that.
So what round we thinking for this fight?
I ain't gonna predict the round because if I predict and don't get it, I'm gonna be mad. But definitely the stoppage is coming. That I'm 10 times more prepared now than last time. I've been close to weight, been running, been training, never got out the gym since. So I'm ready to go. Like I said, the tsunami's coming. Like I said, I put that name on me because when a tsunami comes, there's no hiding. You can't do nothing about it. It's gonna get you, and that's it. So that's what it is, and it's coming April 30th. Like I said.
Actually, I'm glad you said that because I was wondering where that came from. What the nickname was about.
Can't stop it. Not going nowhere. Nobody can fly, so you ain't going nowhere with a tsunami coming. So that's it.
Okay.
That is phenomenal.
I like that. So should we suspect another entertaining press conference or weigh-in?
Oh yeah, you know I'm here to put a show. You already. I'm at every press conference, every weigh-in I'm at. I'm
gonna have to start putting barriers between him and his opponents at the weigh-ins. Because this is not the first time this happened too. I remember in Connecticut, same thing. The same thing on the Connecticut show.
That guy crazy talking about blinking shit. That guy, after the thing was done, he went up to me when I was like getting some food or something and was like, yo, like, I'm gonna fuck you up tomorrow. Like, you try to do you dirty tomorrow. I said, yo, we're gonna see tomorrow, man. Now I said,
wait, what did he say?
He said, yo, real shit, I'm gonna fuck you up. And that's it, because you want to act crazy and this and that. I'm like, yo, you ain't fucking nobody. I'm gonna fuck you up tomorrow, and that's it.
Yo.
And that's why after the fight, he didn't give me no dap. He gave my trainer, obviously Louis in Maryland. But he didn't give me dap. He don't like me at all. It was done. Like, it was over.
Yo, you know what's crazy that you say that? Yo, funny shit is, because I didn't even know this. So the first time I had him fight for me, I had him fight Derek. And Derek on the last podcast was like, yo, that motherfucker crazy. He was like licking my ear, like saying weird shit to me. Like, yeah, you like that? And Derek's like, what? And he's like, I guess at one point in the fight, he was like, you smell that? And Derek's like, what's he talking about? Like,
bugged out at the weigh-in with face up. He blew me a kiss and everything. Weird, weirdo.
He hit me up today. Yo, he hit me up today. He wants to fight. I'm bringing him through for the next show.
Who, blanket shit? Nah,
he's big now. He's a power lifter.
Oh, where?
He's fighting at 165.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I guess he's a power lifter now. He's a big boy. He's like I think when I talked to him, he was weighing 178. So I was like, all right, can you get to 165? He was like, yeah, easy. Okay.
Well, hopefully that's something, I guess. I don't know. Good for him.
So, I wonder if he's gonna bring. I wonder if he's gonna bring that same talk. That shit wasn't. When Derek told me that he talks like that, I was rolling. I didn't know because I didn't peep him talking. He must be whispering or something because I didn't even know he talks in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Well,
why I
guys,
didn't know he came up to you.
We got 4 minutes left on this one.
All right, shout out your people, Anuel.
Man, shout out to him. Obviously, first of all, let me thank God. Obviously, another opportunity I'm coming with now. You know, shout out to my boy AJ, got me on the show April 30th. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Speak Money again. Shout out to Trendsetters, my other sponsor. Shout out to my crew coming out. April 30th, Bevel, Savage, Cookie, Orlando, Ruga Valley, all them popping out. We coming in, like I said, Boxing Faith coming out good. We're gonna come support, and I'm gonna end the night early, man. I'm here to give you entertainment. You want to see a real tsunami coming? You never seen it in your life? Well, come see it April 30th. I'm here to put in work, and that's it. And I'm fucking whoever the point I want to be is over. It's done.
What part of CT you from? Shout out your peoples over there.
Man, New Haven, Connecticut, you know, 2 times. Fairside, that's where I'm from. And that's it, man. Fairhaven, that's where I'm from. And I'm going to keep repping it. 203, New Haven's pride right here. You heard?
Love it. Absolutely
Thank
love
you
it,
for
man.
coming on, bro.
Man, thank you for having me. Y'all, man.
I'm real pumped up, man. I'll tell you, we're going to get live, and you better bring your man back. I want to see him again, that dude who was ever in the balcony. I'll notice him wherever he's at, but legit, though.
I bet you think you're going to have more people this one than you did last one? I bet you would, right?
Oh, yeah, automatic. There's way more people than last time. They all hype like that, too. So, like I said, it's gonna be a good one. It's going to be a good one.
That's what it's
Keep
all
the ball
about.
rolling, bro.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Well, guys, thank you again, AJ. Thank you every week, man. You keep bringing these guys. This guy's in charge of the guest list so far. So, man, he's bringing legends. He's bringing another one this week. I love it.
I'll tell you what. As we get closer to fight time, there's gonna be like a 4 or 5 person podcast, and I'm gonna bring these guys back on so they could talk about their training camp, let the fans know, you know, where they at, and
let's
keep
do
this
it.
thing rocking.
Let's do it, man. Guys, thank you for tuning in again. We'll be here next week, Wednesday night, 9 o'clock, and every Wednesday after that with people like my man, the Tsunami right here. You can't fly. You can't get away from it.
Can't get away.
Thank you again. You guys have a great night. We'll talk to you soon.
Appreciate you.